Hi guys, welcome back to Alté Ldn Podcast. We're back again for another brand new episode with the grey sky. We thought it was going to be sunnier when we came back, but it's still grey, even though it's meant to be the summer.
I mean, it's like it's kind of warm. It's like there's sun's come out a bit today, I can't lie.
Oh, has it?
Well, I mean, but remember we're in different parts of the world now. So
that's what I'm saying. No, not where I am. It's grey here. Very grey.
That's sad though. That's sad though. But yeah, bro, we're back. Yeah, and so yeah, we can't even. There's not really anything to explain in terms of like the frequency or lack thereof of frequency in terms of what we're putting out. It's just
life, isn't it?
Yeah, it's life at the moment. But we have Afia.
Hello.
And we have Charlene. I don't think we said that yet.
It's been a long time, guys. We feel like out of practice. I don't know. How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel a little bit out of practice, to be fair.
Yeah.
But no,
like
but do you know what?
Our first episode. Do you remember how nervous we were on our first ever episode?
It's really nervous. Like, yeah, no, it's just it's just, do you know what, to be honest with you, yeah, so let's start. So welcome back, obviously great to see you. Thanks for everyone that's been supporting. First of all, good to see you virtually or audibly, I should say. Good to hear you, and definitely, yeah, thanks so much for support with everything we're doing, whether it be playlist, whether it be Alté Ldn Live, which we're seeing like a really great response for, and that will be coming back soon. And also, of course, you know, we've got to definitely, you know, appreciate everyone for listening to the pod as well, because that's where it all started, kind of thing. But yeah, man, we've been busy. So Afia, tell us where you've been.
Well, I've moved now. I'm still not going to disclose location, so you guys, I just moved out of London. That's all you'll know. That's what I'm going to tell you. Mm-hmm. So I've moved. Yeah, life's good right now, I guess. Steady path and all that.
What have you been doing? Why have you not recorded?
Well, I don't know. Just life, isn't it? There's literally no reason. I think for me, it's just because I was moving and it's just taken so much out of me. I've been rehearsing as well, so there's been that. So just sort of music shit going on for me.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, like, I feel like it's mainly because like Afia is pursuing her dream to become, well, she's already a musician, but to you know, become a bigger musician. You know, to get her music out there, and so yeah, support that too, you know. So that's like probably the main reason, because we're, you know, just everyone's got creative outlets, so you've got to dip here, dip there, dip here. I'm sure, you know, lots of people can relate. You want to do lots of different things, and so, you know, that's what at Alté Ldn we accommodate. So
exactly. You know. So why haven't you been recording, Charlene?
Because I can't record by myself.
What? Oh wait, so you're just waiting for me? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, in like the most it's like I can't record by myself. Okay. So I mean, I could record by myself. I probably have lots to say, but I'm not really ready to do that yet. So, but maybe that might come. Who knows? But yeah, that's why I'm not been recording, to be quite honest. But yeah, bro. But we're happy to be back. We're still continuing. It might not be as frequent, fair enough, but we are. It's not like by any means over. So yeah, definitely
you'll just get it when you get it, innit? So,
yeah, exactly. Just bear with us, you know. Enjoy it when it comes, you know. Really, like, you know, feel it when it comes and cherish it, you know, because, you know, you're gonna be surprised when it comes next, you know. So. But yeah, man, today I want to talk about something that's really just really on my heart, you know, just really on my heart.
Yeah.
So, story time. Went to a restaurant. Was meeting up my friend, and she was like, I was going to go to my local watering hole. This is relevant for a reason. But yeah, I was going to go to my local watering hole. I was just like, place I'd like to go all the time. We're like, yeah, let's go there. But then, you know, we like to try new things, you know, we should all try new things. So she was like, this new spot has opened up in like near our area. So she's like, do you want to try it out? I was like, do you know what? Cool. And she was like, yeah, also my friend just went over the weekend. They said it was great. You know, good service, good food kind of thing. So I was like, come. And also it's local, don't mind. So went there now, and you know, it was definitely smaller than I had thought it was going to be. Like, when I'm telling you small, like it was probably like 4 tables in there. Like, it was so small, like it was teeny weeny. And but fine, you know, we like little low-key spots, why not? But it was on a day when it was like raining, like it was like basically so humid that day, like so humid. So if you're in the UK, you'll know that our weather's been wild, but it's not really been cold, it's just been like raining, or like super rainy, or like sunny, and or just grey such as days like today. But that day it was not cold by any means. It was probably like early 20s, but it was raining really badly, so the humidity was at like 95%, and I'd be checking that on the weather app. I don't know about you, but because I'm just like, why am I so hot, why am I so sticky, why am I itchy? So yeah, that was that. So I've now walked into the restaurant. Now, you know, as I said, you know, we're just wearing a top and joggers, whatever. Walked into the restaurant. Why the fuck is it so hot? I was like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. Anyway, so I walk into the restaurant now, it's like so hot, and luckily, you know, I've got my little portable fan. Afi and I, listen,
yes,
we'll shout out
one of the best purchases on Amazon,
the good ones, when they give us some coin, you know. So but and I was just like, okay, cool, whatever. And yeah, long story short, definitely like the service was interesting. The guy was nice enough, but he got our orders wrong several times. Forgot to bring out something I ordered completely, and then the menu itself was wrong. So on the menu it said it was wrong. So on the menu it said starter and a side £10, and sorry, 2 starters and 2 sides for £20. But then when we got the bill, it was £26. I don't really understand why. So, but
and it wasn't like a service charge or something.
No. They had added service charge as well as that. So like on the actual, like when you look at like the items on the bill, it was just like £13 each. It's like, well, that's not what you said, bro. And then, but me and my friend were too ashamed to say anything. Anyway, I say all that to say that, and I will say the food was nice, but for some reason, like the portion was really quite bad, and for some reason they had small. Yeah, small, but like we were next to another table and their portions were bigger, and so we didn't understand. But then once again we were too ashamed to say anything, so we didn't. So we just took an L that day. To be honest with you, like I actually really feel like I took an L that day. Like I spent £30, I really feel like I took an L, to be honest with you, because drinks were like £10. I was like, and the drink was
and
bad,
was it even nice? Was that nice?
No, it just needed some love, man.
So it's just a waste of time, really.
Yeah, I really felt bad because the place we were supposed to go to is my local watering hole. I know what I'm gonna get. Like I know the portion size. I know how much I'm gonna spend. Like these are things that I consider. Everyone considers that when you're going out. Like sometimes, you know, you're on a budget, or I wouldn't say I'm particularly on a budget as such, because I just don't budget in life. But you know, you just have how much you want to spend in mind, kind of thing. Yeah. And so yeah, when it didn't really work out the way that I had planned in my mind, I was kind of like, this is interesting. Not to add that they took forever to bring our food out. And then after we finished eating, there was actually no clear time as to when the restaurant was closing. Our reservation, we got there at 7 o'clock, and it was a Thursday evening. And my friend said, me and my friend were just catching up talking, and the other party had left, but it was probably about 8:30 at this point. So, you know, we're like, okay, cool, it's only 8:30. My friends asked one of the people that worked there, what time do you close? And they were like, yeah, we're just waiting for you to leave.
What? Oh my god, why would you not say anything? It's so weird.
But it's like, yeah, fair enough, they'd come and they'd taken our money, but we still had like water, I think, or we still had some sort of drink. I mean, so we were just drinking it slowly, kind of thing. But you
come and say something like, oh, by the way, guys, just letting you know, we close in about like 10 minutes. So
right, or 15 minutes, right?
Something. Yeah,
Thank you.
You like wrap it up, you know what I mean?
Thank you.
You just sit there like, oh yeah, we'll just wait, that's awkward.
Yeah, she was just like, my friend was like, that's rude, fam. Like,
yeah,
that's actually rude
as well.
So yeah, I say that to say that I was really disheartened, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because unfortunately this is I don't want to generalize, but listen, I'm a nigger and I'm rooting for niggas out here. Trust me, I say it all the time. I just like black people. That's just how I feel in life. I like black people, love black people. I think we're sick, but it's like, why is it that at black businesses, I would say that I have not great experiences more than I have great experiences, and that's really unfortunate for me to say.
No, it is.
I really don't want to say this, like I really don't.
But it's in like so many different forms. It's not just like restaurants, or just all businesses, like hairdressers. I mean, hair shops is something that I'm sure we can all relate. If you're a black woman, you get your hair done. I don't know if it's the same with barbers. Is barbers more on time? Like I don't go to barbers.
The thing about barbers is, so I did, I should say past tense, and It's the wait, fam. Like,
is it still the same? So it's still the
or
same
like,
thing?
I'll reach barbers before you reach. Like, why is this happening?
Yeah, like what? And like the thing is, I was talking to my hairdresser about this the other day actually, and she was saying, she made such a good point. She was like, the thing is with us as black people, we think that because we're black, like another black person will be understanding, so we don't treat them as like customers. They're like, oh no, like they understand about like
they get
poor timekeeping, like, you know, like they'll allow us, like we're black, whatever, we're family, blah blah blah. But that's not the case. Like you're running a business at the end of the day, and there's no way white people would not run their business in this way, and then like white people would come and just be like, oh yeah, fair enough, you know, like we're all one of a kind, like like that just wouldn't run like that.
Honestly, it's like a fundamental like difference. It's a fundamental
where's the
difference
customer
in approach.
service? But where's the customer service? If you haven't got customer service, then you shouldn't be opening a business. That is essential if you're going to open any business. If you can't do it personally, then you get people to run your business for you or on your behalf. Don't just do it some lackluster way and then like be upset when people don't want to come or support you. Like, it doesn't make sense.
And it's so hard because I'm someone who supports my friends. Like, I really do.
Yeah,
This person that owns the restaurant is not my friend by any means, but I'm saying like in general, and you know, the reality is that vast majority of my friends are black. So, but like I always support, like if it's Afia, she's got a gig coming up, by the way, guys, you know the vibes. We're gonna give information about that at the end, but if she's got that, I'm gonna buy a ticket. You know, I knew someone that used to sew clothes. That was so awkward. I knew someone. This is the first thing that came to mind. I knew someone that used to sew clothes. I never asked for any discount. I always used to pay full price. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I will always.
No, it's true though.
But I always support. Like, I wanna listen. If I could only shop black, I would. I'm being so real with you. If I could only shop black, I really would. That's just facts. And that's just how I feel. And so it's like, you know, but unfortunately there isn't things that to accommodate me. Like for in that situation. But I just I try to support. I always support black businesses, you know, in the area. Even like my sister and I, like through the pandemic, like, you know, we like our little sweet treat, so we always used to order from like this black girl in the area who used to make the baddest cakes and like brownies and shit like that. Like I always want to be supporting where I can and when I can. But yeah, I'm just really disheartened because I wanted it to be a good experience, and I'm just really disheartened it's not. And it's just like,
no, it's not. Yeah, it's just the expectancy that we'll just be like forgiving and just be like, oh, like why is our like customer experience not as valid as someone else of a different race?
Yeah, that's
what I'm not understanding. Like,
well, but that makes it seem like they would treat a white person better. Maybe they would. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like, again, like it's that thing that what my hairdresser was saying, because we're all black, they're like, oh, they'll be understanding, like they'll allow it basically. And it's like, well, we're still customers at the end of the day. And obviously, like you said earlier, it's not every business. Like I've had really great experiences with some black businesses, but unfortunately it can be like more times than not.
I'm not gonna hairdresser. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, you go for
I was gonna say there was like this one big scandal of like, you guys might know this, but I'm not gonna say the name. But there was this massive like wig shop in somewhere in London or whatever, and they did like customized like wigs or whatever. So you'd pick the hair, you bring the hair, they'd make up the wig for you, install it, whatever. And it was like a huge thing with like black influencers in London, and they were like, yeah, get your hair done here, and their hair always came out looking so nice. But then whenever someone came and maybe they didn't have a big following, they had like, I don't know, just a regular 100 followers, whatever, their hair would be coming out looking mash up. And it's like, why is that happening as well? Like I feel like that's a whole other thing as well, like making sure that your product looks good for influencers but not for the regular person. And that's not
well,
just
basically for someone that can give you something, essentially.
For the promo.
And it's really,
and that's not just
actually
black businesses, that's a lot of Instagram-y sort of
I absolutely agree.
Like that. So,
I absolutely agree. It is so bad. It is actually really so bad. And I just don't know. Like, I think for us, like, if you want to have the sort of upper echelon and higher tier of business and hospitality, which I believe we can have, like, as I said, black people are sick. We've got such great ideas. We execute. We're creative. Like, we just do amazing, beautiful things.
And we're good at what we do. Like,
we're so good. We're passionate.
Because you can go somewhere, the hair's good, like the food is amazing, but the customer service is not there. And that
right, and I want to take it as well to abroad. I want to take it to abroad as well, because this is just not a UK thing. Like, this is Sierra Leone. I'm proud of Sierra Leone. Brother, in Sierra Leone is known for like bad hospitality, and I'm still expected to tip. It's crazy. Like, there's this one restaurant, I won't name it, but there's this one restaurant where we go literally every year or every time I go to Sierra Leone, we always go there because the lobster is fucking immaculate. Like, it's immaculate. But everyone and their mum knows that if you go there, just expect to wait 2 hours for your food.
2 hours.
Just expect to wait 2 hours for your food. Like, it's like a known thing now.
Everyone's like, coming hot? Like, is it coming?
The food,
like...
yeah. Everyone knows the food tastes nice, but you're just like, it's like, and it's so known that, like, it's actually, that to me is very uncomfortable. Like, it's like a common. It's like water is clear. That's how known it is. Like, that's how it's known that if you want to go there.
Why should we be like?
And that's the thing. But I think it's the business is continuing to thrive because people allow it. But people allow it. That's the problem. And it's like, I remember the last time I went there. We went there, as our typical lunch we always do when we're there, and my food took forever to come. And the waitress, when she took our bill, we happened to have the exact money, so we paid her the exact money, and she literally took the money and walked off. Didn't say thank you, bye, nothing, and because we didn't tip her. I'm sorry, I'm not tipping you because one, you're rude. You're rude, and it took 2 hours to get, like, you're insane. Exactly. I don't see, and I was like, I don't believe in that, because I know in America you have to just tip. That's just facts. Don't matter. If the service is good, then you tip like 30, 40%. If the tip is bad, if the service is bad, then you tip like, I think is it 10-15%. That's wild to me. That's wild to me. Like,
I don't know why I should pay. I mean, obviously it's because they get paid poorly anyway, but I don't know why the businesses.
No, I agree. More. I agree.
Yeah, it's very strange in America. I would never understand that.
And I, as someone who plans to spend time there, hopefully at some point, that's the one thing I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna struggle with.
It's gonna be like.
It's gonna be a few things.
Unless if you're making money tipping, and then healthcare.
Healthcare, tipping, and those are probably the main things. But yeah, I just I think I'll struggle. It is hard though, especially if you've got like a big bill. Like when I went to a restaurant, went to a restaurant, our bill was like, I don't know, $250. So like the tip is supposed to be like a further sort of $30 on top of that. Are you sick? Are you actually sick?
No.
Like, and the thing is, shout out to everyone who works in the hospitality industry, because it's not easy. Like I've never worked in hospitality. I don't know if you have. You have, haven't you?
I've only worked at a pub. But I mean, I guess, yeah. How would you say it was for you? Like in terms of. Like, I mean,
tipping.
Our pay was actually like, I think my pay was probably the highest I got in like a lot of the jobs I've actually worked in, to be honest. But tipping was like really good because people would get drunk. So like if people are drunk, they're like, yeah, take £10. You're like, oh, okay. Like people would be tipping with cash. Like, so,
nice.
But I mean, but obviously they were paying a livable wage. It would be very different if I was in America making like, I don't know, how much they make, like $5 an hour, whatever the fuck. I don't even know. That would be a different experience. But yeah, I wasn't expecting a tip. But it was definitely
and I think that's
nice.
the difference here. Like we don't really expect. I mean, I guess it's becoming a lot more popular here now that they'll just add service charge.
Yeah.
Some people add service charge and they expect a tip on top, and I get it because the service charge doesn't always go to the waiters. But like, I'm sorry, I can't pay service charge and tip you as well, bro. I've gone there in mind with how much I want to spend. Like more times than not, right?
Because you probably look to the menu.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Don't you do that as well? Like,
always.
Before you go, fam, I need to cut my coat according to my size. Do you know what I mean? Like, if we're going to, no, it's true though. I know it's an old man saying, like an old auntie saying, but it's true. Like, if I'm going to a restaurant, I'm probably like 9.5 out of 10 times I've looked at the menu, I've decided what I'm probably gonna have. Yeah,
because you want to know at least you're gonna like something. You're like, okay, cool. Like, I'll have this. Right, I can have this with this, and then it'll cost me that. Yeah, like you just.
Yeah, and then they want to bang up. Exactly, and then they want to bang 12.5% or 15% on top for service charge. I'm sorry, I can't give you a tip as well. Like, I'm sorry, like niggas ain't rich, so yet. Niggas ain't rich yet, and I'm not sure. I think I get it from my dad because my dad hates tipping. Like he hates it.
Yeah, it's just. Unless I like the only time I do it is when people have like gone above and beyond. I remember I had this really good service. Like this was at some Indian restaurant in where was it, in Balham, and like the guy was so nice, so attentive. He was like, but it wasn't like annoying. You know, some people can be like really overbearing, but he was like letting us do our thing, but just being so nice. Like, oh, by the way, guys, like I'm just gonna throw this in for you on the house. We were like, oh right. And he's like, yeah. I mean, he probably always does that to get a tip in it, but he was just so nice. I was like, do you know what? Let's give him a bit of a tip. Like it was a really nice meal. Give him a tip. That's probably the only time I'll be like obliged or feel like I should give a tip. Otherwise,
yeah, I agree. No, obviously there's sometimes where I genuinely want to, like, exactly to your point, like I've literally had like the sickest service, as you say, just doing your thing, and it's just like that's like a genuine gesture from me and from you know people at my party. But yeah, man, anyway, the point is that for me, I've just had one too many bad experiences now with some black businesses, and it's just more of like I don't want to bash. It's more like, what's the solution? How can we help? Like,
just get better customer service. I just don't understand like why it's lacking. Like,
I
surely
think,
if you've set up a business, you've done your market research, right? So like how you want to be approaching your customers and like what works best. Like, you've looked into these things. So like, what's going on? I
think also like some of them are just used to like the typical like maybe Afro-Caribbean restaurants whereby like
the service
you've always got like the auntie never talks to you, fam. Like, she just doesn't look in your direction, brother.
There was this one particular Caribbean restaurant in Brighton that like everyone went to pretty much, and it was really nice. I sat at home, so I ordered on Just Eat. I was like, cool. 45 minutes passed. I was like, this is a bit long, I'll give it 15 minutes. An hour passed. I was like, okay, let me call them. I call them, Charlene, have they started making the food? They're like, oh. I was like, but it's been an hour, I've ordered. No, I was just, this is ridiculous. So I mean, that's just the sort of shit that you always get. But
no, listen, there's one Caribbean restaurant, or I should say it's a takeaway really, in my area. Everyone knows the best one, and my area has got a Caribbean takeaway every 2 minutes, genuinely. So and that's walking. Like every 2 minutes walking, there's a Caribbean takeaway restaurant, whatever you want to call it. And everyone knows there's one that's like banging, and I can't even deny the food is excellent. But bro, like the service. Like you'll go in there and she's like, auntie won't look in my direction, bro.
No, they're not trying to chat.
She won't look in my direction. Like I'm just like, fam, like, is that how you're gonna do me? Or like, the worst one was, I love African food, but my African restaurant, I went to one in I can say that it's in Old Kent Road. There's quite a few there actually, and we got there at like sort of as the restaurant was opening, and they hadn't done anything. Like literally, like the guy, we ordered juice, he had to go out to the shop and buy the juice. Like
no.
And I was just like, how is this life? Like surely before you lock up the night before, you just double check your stock and like make sure it's ready and that, like, and then.
Like people, we're too relaxed, man. I know we're too relaxed.
I'm actually tired. No, I'm actually tired, and so I'm gonna continue to support because that's what I want to do. But it's like,
no, of course.
But it's just like, I'm like, how can I help you? No, on a real thing, and it's like, Joe, even my mum and I were talking one day, and I was like to my mum, like, we should actually open like a hospitality training business in Sierra Leone. We were thinking about.
I mean,
because Sierra Leone is really bad. There's actually not one restaurant where there's good service at all.
But you know what? I think that would be really helpful because the thing is, the cycle will just continue because people have seen how other people run their business. Like, okay, cool, it's acceptable. People are still going to come here regardless. Like, it's fine. I don't need to change anything. So it just creates this like vicious cycle, and it just keeps getting worse and worse and whatever. So yeah, maybe that would actually be beneficial.
Mate, honestly, I was really thinking about it because I was just like, I really feel like I can help you. Like when I'm sitting at a table and I've not had a drink or a menu, don't just stare at me. Come over. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, just wait.
These are like basic things that I need you to do. Like, just come over and maybe ask me if I'm okay. I don't know. Did I just come in?
I think this the trainer's not there, is it? Like, I don't know.
Like, did I just come in to sit for free? Or like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. If you want to let me, fam, I'll sit it for free if you want to give it to me. If you don't want to let me sit it for free. But like, it's crazy. Like, these are the type of things I'm dealing with. Like, to be fair, that's more Sierra Leone, to be fair. But like, I literally be sitting in a restaurant and like, the group of waiters are just like chilling on the side, busting joke. Yeah. And I'm sitting here like hungry. Like, my nigga, like, come and serve me, or come and ask me, or come and just do something. Like, So yeah, man. That was on my heart though. That was actually on my heart. To be honest with you. It was on my But shout out to all the black businesses out there. Definitely want to be highlighting some more of those on our platform. So we'll do something around that, I think, at some point. But yeah, man. Let's get it together. But yeah, some gossip. Let's get into gossip. What should you start with?
What's even been going on?
No one cares about Kardashians.
I watched that. Yeah, the Kardashians.
No. Did you watch it?
The thing is, I didn't know. I don't watched the series, but I wanted to watch because they did that
thing with Andy Cohen.
I've actually started saying that I'm watching these things for market research, which is kind of what I was doing. So I was like,
for market research.
Yes, I was like, this is for work because podcast stuff. I was like, let me watch it so it's something to talk about. I was like, it's just research, okay. I don't watch, that I don't like support that family, but I was like, let me see, because I know that they was talking about like Jordan was like, I want to hear like what they've got to say, how they're going to explain themselves, are they going to apologise? I was like, I need to know. So I watched
Kim was cutthroat still, you know.
Kim was like, I was like, do you want to relax? So basically, if you guys didn't know, if you were under a rock, there was that whole scandal, what was it, like a couple of years ago now? It was
like 2.5 years ago now.
Yeah, quite a while ago. So like, yeah, Tristan, which we all know is just a serial cheat at this stage, had already previously been cheated on Chloe because like she was pregnant, he was there cheating, whatever. Him and Jordan who was Kylie Jenner's best friend at the time, went out to like a little party or whatever. I think it was his party, I don't know. And then Jordan was there, said she was quite a little bit drunk, and then like he must have like approached her and like kissed her or whatever. And then it was like a whole thing, and people were like, Jordan, he like betrayed the family, and like the Kardashians just went off, and Jordan cut her off entirely. And she just got shunned, and then they basically were just trying to go on some like smear campaign, but it backfired, and Jordan is now like thriving, living her best life, just doing the best that she's
living in that black love, okay. Her and her babes are banging, banging, so like, pretty.
Exactly. So that all happened, and then next minute, you know, like we're hearing rumours that like Chloe and Tristan are getting together, and everyone's like, wait, hold on a minute, you lot were cussing out Jordan, who like, you know, is literally only 21, really young in the stage, and she said that she was like drunk. But now you're taking back Tristan when it's like him who really had the loyalty as like her baby father. So like, what's going on? So people were pissed off about that. Then like it just totally backfired on Chloe. So like, yeah, I wanted to watch and hear, like, because they were asking questions like, right, what's going on with Jordan? It was Andy Cohen who does all the Real Housewives.
Yeah, he was very. Shouts to him because he asked uncomfortable questions.
He did. He actually did. But I wanted more. But like he did. Yeah. So he usually does the Real Housewives reunion.
He's the executive producer of the Real Housewives franchise.
Yeah. So yeah, he did that. So he was like, right, so like, what's happened with Jordan? Are you guys talking to her? Like, do you forgive her, essentially? And Chloe was like, yeah, like I forgive her, but like nothing against her. And then Andy was like, yeah, but like, isn't it kind of hypocritical that you like forgave Tristan? And this is when like Kim like piped up, and Kim was like, well, the thing is like, he's always going to be on a family. Like that's True's father, that's his father, that's her father. And like just basically just going off saying like, it's different, like Jordan, like she was just basically blaming it on Jordan again. And it was like, whoa, like you guys still haven't learned. Like I don't know, it was just bad vibes from Kim, and I was like, oh, I don't know.
Kim, like if you watch I don't watch the show anymore, but I used to, and like Kim has always been cutthroat. Like she's very sort of like, they've cut off quite a few people, like, and you know, that's the way some people deal with things, you know, and I'm not saying it's right though by any means, but you know, to be fair, I can say she's been consistent.
They're very defensive of their family. Yeah, I mean, she has been consistent. They're all like very defensive of one another. And another funny part that I found was like Kendall Jenner trying to like defend her status as a model now, because Andy was sort of like, well, do you think that your name got you to where you are? And she was like, no, like I would even like take off my surname when I was going for castings, as if people didn't know who fucking Kendall Jenner was. It's like, you've been on a TV show for your whole life, people know who you are regardless if you take your name off. And Kendall's not like a usual name, do you know what I mean? So people will know, which is ridiculous. And like it obviously she's got to where she is because of her name, and like because of what Chris has done. Chris is like a business mastermind, we all know this, so like she can't, really I don't know why she can't just admit to that and be like, yeah, do you know what, I have had a bit of help, you know, like I'm here now, I'm grateful, but you know, I've like continued to work to keep there, like just be honest.
Yeah, that would have been a much like I'll be like
answer. fair enough, yeah, but no.
Yeah, I think for me, like, you know, I just think to just go back to the Jordan thing as well, again, shout out to Jordan. She's my friend in my head, I've decided, like she's so casual, you know, like when you watch her, like, or she started doing this little like mini series on her Instagram called Regular-ish. She's so chill, like and she did an interview with
fellow Libra as well, by the way.
Yeah, fam, shouts out to Libras, bro. Like that she did an interview with Speedy Mormon as well, who's the guy for Complex. He's really great interviewer, actually. Really great interviewer. And she's so calm, man. She's so calm. So yeah, love to see it. I just think for me, like, you know, a couple of things. One, I guess Andy asked Chloe, and actually I should be clear, I didn't watch the full episode, but I did watch clips.
No, the clips,
So Andy Cohen asked her, you know, did Jordan apologise? She said no. But apparently, I mean, Jada Pinkett's mum actually said, well, she did because I seen the message.
She did. It was on Reddit. And like she was talking about some letter. They were like, did Jordan send that letter that she promised you? And then Chloe was like, no. But she was apparently trying to contact Chloe, but obviously Chloe had like blocked her in all forms. So like, what was she supposed to do? That's why she went on Red Table Talk and said what she needed to say.
And then also like, you know, I think as you say, I think Chloe did come across quite defensive because like she was like, you know, I said to Kylie, you know, I don't want to like, you know, stop you from being a friend. She's like, but come on, you know, whatever. Like, you know, I'm not saying that she didn't say that to Kylie. I'm not saying that at all, but you know, and John, credit to Kylie.
We saw how she was going off. She was like, you're a liar. Don't you remember that clip?
Yeah, no, I know, but credit to Kylie when that happened in the show. Like, and Kim was being really cutthroat, and some of Kim's friends were being like really like awful to Jordan. Kylie called her and was just like, come on, like we can't be doing this, like, and like Kylie was crying on the phone, like, you know, I don't want us to be like mean to her, like, so credit to Kylie for that, to be honest with you, because it was a difficult position for her to be in. It's facts. It just was.
Well, so okay, look, let me ask you, Charlene, what would you do? So let's say if you were in like Kylie's position, so like your sister's been with this guy for time, but you know the guy's cheating, and then he kisses like one of your good friends, and then your friend's like, what would you do? Would you cut them off? What would you do?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think I would.
I mean, I would want to hear like what's gone on. I mean, I'm sure they.
I actually don't think I would, and I would say, actually, certain man that listens to the podcast in it. So, but I
think for the fact that everyone already knew the guy is a serial cheater, then that for me, I would be like, do you know what? It's not even serious. Like, I would just be like, look, like, I don't know why you did this to my friend. I mean, I don't know why you did this, but like, you know, I know what sort of guy he is already, so like, I'm not even surprised, sort of thing. But if it was like a situation where the guy was like, you know, everyone thought the best of him, like he was super loyal, and then all of a sudden they kissed your friend, then that's a different situation.
That's what I'm saying to you. I don't think I'd cut them off.
Yeah.
I don't think I would. I mean, I get it. It's difficult, like I do, but but you know, listen, Jordan's held in all the fucking skeletons. Okay, like Jordan has not said not one fucking thing. Larsa Pippin's even done interviews.
Yeah.
I don't think she has. But Larsa Pippin's even done interviews where she's probably said more than she should. She's not said much, but she said more than she probably should. Yeah. She said more than she probably should. Yeah. Like talking about how, you know, obviously she was with Tristan first, but she didn't care, kind of thing. Like she was with Tristan first, kind of thing. And it's like, so like honestly, like Jordan must have all the fucking skeletons.
She must have some tea.
But you know, she's calm. She's just chilling. She's trying to live her life. She's just chilling.
They're actually lucky that she's nice. Like
honestly, no, she's just chilling. And it's like, even with this as well, when this came out, she didn't react not once. Like she didn't do any.
She's not said nothing.
Did nothing. Didn't even do any like no indirects. Nothing. Like she literally
posting pictures of her man. She was just like, do you know what?
Living that life, going to the new Apple store, all that shit. Like, I saw that. So shouts out to her, man, because I just think. I found one. I'm actually not gonna lie. I'm unbothered that the show's finished. It doesn't really bother me. I don't watch it.
Whatever.
And I think for me, Chloe is a shame because I actually I used to like Chloe probably the most.
Yeah.
And I don't dislike her or anything. I don't have any sort of strong feelings, but it's more like I'm kind of disappointed that like it's gone this way in terms of Chloe. If I'm honest, like. I don't know her, obviously we don't know her, but from what we see, and obviously I take that with a pinch of salt because we don't we don't see everything. We literally see one tiny iota of their life, so you know, it's just like, you know, you can only take that with a grain of salt really, but it's just unfortunate.
I just hate when like women blame other women for their partner cheating. I would just never understand that. Your partner's the one who is supposed to be loyal to you. Why am I getting mad at the other woman? I don't understand. Like, it doesn't, I don't know. And that's how these men get away with it, because they're like, oh, I know they're not going to get pissed off me, and then they do it again and again, and you look like even more of a dickhead. So it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah. But talking of keeping up, and I guess talking of kind of Scott, and like, do you watch Real Housewives?
Oh god, which one though?
So I want to actually talk about two. So I want to talk about Beverly Hills in New York.
Yes.
I
see Beverly Hills on and off.
I don't actually watch either of them, but I've just seen
mum in, right?
Yeah, so I want to talk about that
Hamlin.
because the episode just came out where she's finally sort of talked about it.
Talking about the bullshit,
Did you watch it? Or?
I've read it. I read the thing that what she said. She was like, oh, well, yeah, you explain it.
Well, I mean, I haven't watched it, but again, yeah, as like yourself, I think I read it and also seen like a quick clip.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's in the car with, is it Kim Richards?
Yes, because Kim.
I think it's Kim Richards, and you know, Kim's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because it's disgusting. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, then like Scott Disick has got a habit of dating very young women. So he's 38, guys, and obviously he used to date Sophia Richie, who was like 22 at the time when they were going out or something.
Oh no, she was 19 as well.
She was fabulous, great.
She's only 22 now.
Great, she's only 22, great. So yeah, they broke up, and then he started dating Amelia Hamlin, who is the daughter of, what's her name? What's Leah
Renner and
Leah Renner,
Harry Hamlin or
Harry Hamlin, that's it. And like she was only 19 at the time, and actually
now.
Interestingly enough, they did actually ask him in the Kardashian things like, why do you keep going after younger women? He's like, it's not that I'm going after them and they're coming after me. Does that make it what?
I was like,
that's not an excuse.
I kind of think he was joking though. I didn't rewatch that clip, but I mean
that was probably his defense, so they could move on and not ask him anymore. I mean, I'm sure he thinks about, why am I almost 40 years old going out with a teenager? I'm sure he sits and thinks about that. Very strange.
Yeah, I feel like he must have been joking because, like, I don't really want to say to that. but no. So it was interesting to see because I think they've been hyping up like this happening in the show for quite some time now. But yeah, interesting to see her response. I think her response is what everyone expected it to be, which is like, what the fuck's going on? Like, why? And apparently her daughter just said, like, I think she asked her daughter, like, you know, is this true? And her daughter just sent her a picture of her and Scott together on the beach.
Oh god. Because Thingy was saying, like, she was like, oh, I thought it was a phase, you know, she didn't think it was like anything serious. And then like, then all that in it. So
it's just
and it was weird because she's just turned 20, and I was seeing the video of like Scott giving her jewelry and stuff, and I was like, wait a minute, she can't even drink legally. I was just clocking, I was like, that's how young this girl is. Like, obviously the drinking age in America is 21. Like, she can't even drink legally. Oh, it was just, it's so disgusting. I'm sorry, it's weird. It's very weird.
It's a weird situation. I just but apparently he's quite young at heart, is what I hear.
I mean, that's got nothing to do with anything.
I mean, I don't really know what to say, but like
3 kids, stop it now.
But yeah, also talking of Real Housewives, though, New York started, and again, I don't really watch it,
I've
but
not seen New York for time.
So yeah, but apparently this season's worth watching still. So I might we might have to do some market research, and we'll talk about it more in the next episode.
There you go.
Fam. But obviously, you know, happy to say that, you know, the first black member, Ebony K. Williams, who I fucking love, by the way. Yes. Love her. She's just like a black queen. She's like pro-black everything. She's like a scholar in black studies, like, and she's been met with a lot of backlash because people are like, so again, I don't actually watch New York, but apparently the New York women are like super ignorant, supposedly, like super kind of like in their world, you know, Upper East Side, Upper West Side, like like all like sort of housewives, socialite type things. And you've got a woman that's come in who's like, you know, a businesswoman who's got a career, who's, you know, on TV, got podcasts, all this stuff, and they're just kind of not used to it. And then add to that, she's black, and a lot of them are ignorant. One of the members said all lives matter. And yeah, she's apparently on the show, there's been a lot of like talk about fragility and basically things that needed to happen on that show because apparently quite a lot of the women are not really in touch with what's happening in the world, which is kind of scary to think, given that they're in New York. But
it's a whole other world though, being rich, like regardless of their location. If you're rich, right, it's a whole other world, isn't it? You're
right. But it's just like, I was watching an interview with her because she's actually really interesting. So yeah, I think you should look her up and see what she's about. But she was saying that I didn't realize this. 56% of New York is black and Latino. So for some of these women to be as ignorant as they are is actually really quite shocking. Like, and I'm not, obviously we have that everywhere, UK, America, and it doesn't matter where you are. You know, you've got people in the UK that are just oblivious, like don't get it. But I didn't realise sort of just really how quite diverse New York was. And I've been to New York. Yeah. It is really diverse, but when you put it like that, you know, I get, you know, obviously when you're in places like Brooklyn or Bronx or you know, places like that, like you see it, but maybe not so much in Manhattan.
This is like, it's kind of, it's related, but it's different. So it's the UK. So Matt was recently reading a book about a black boy who went to Eton, and he was just describing the experience about why it is that rich people are so out of touch with like what's going on around them. So he was saying that there's this train that goes from Eton, and it passes all these beautiful like suburbs that were just like full of like woodland and whatever, and then it goes straight into their rich area, so they literally don't even pass like, you know, the rougher parts of London and just don't see it at all. And then when they get off the train, they're back home into their nice suburb, whatever, then they head back to Eton and they literally don't see it. So when you see like politicians going into like fucking East London, they're like, what the fuck? It's because they literally genuinely don't see it, and that is terrifying. You can't like that you're living around this and you just don't, and they don't have to see it. They literally don't have to see it if they don't want it. So these women in New York, if they don't want to see it, they literally don't have to. So while it's shocking and alarming, like I'm not surprised. It's a whole other world, man. It's crazy.
Listen, I used to watch Gossip Girl, okay, so I get it. Like I really
used to watch what?
Gossip Girl, like, you know, and shout out to the new one starting really soon. I'm so excited about it. It's literally starting next week.
Do you know what? I was like doubtful. I was like, oh, I don't know, but then I watched the trailer. I was like, do you know what? Okay, like they're all very beautiful.
First of all, don't even lie to yourself, because listen, guys, if you don't know, Afia's obsessed with one.
I mean, Evan Mark,
like she's obsessed with one of the actors in it. So, like, you were gonna watch it regardless. Like,
I mean, yes, but I was kind of like, oh, is it gonna like? Is it going to be like as good as the other one? But I'm interested.
But we know that the last one ended so badly. Like, it ended so badly. That last season was pants. Like, pants.
Yeah, it was just, they just couldn't be bothered, could they?
They just couldn't be bothered. Literally, like, they could not be bothered. But I'm actually really excited about that. But yeah, but having watched Gossip Girl, I had an idea of like what Upper West Side, Upper East Side social life, kind of social, like, you know, circles were like, definitely. And to be honest with you, at the end of the day, yes, it's drama, but it reflects reality. Like it does, you know. So yeah, just really surprised. But yeah, happy to see that. I definitely, for me, I think I'm probably gonna watch a bit more of Real Housewives of New York, just because you know, Ebony really fucks shit up, and she's hilarious as well. She's so funny. She's so funny. On to a slightly heavy note. I don't really want to talk about this too long, to be honest with you. But Bill Cosby, Felicia Rashad, what are you doing? Come on, Felicia Rashad, like. Come on, man.
What was she saying? She was like, "Oh, great, justice has been served" or something.
Like, come on, bro.
And then she
tried to clean it up and be like, "Sorry, if you don't know, my bad." Bill Cosby was obviously in prison or jail for sexual misconduct, sexual assault. You know, I think is it Quaaludes? The reason I'm laughing, not because it's funny, but because when I think of Quaaludes, I think of the Wolf of Wall Street, because like that shit is, that's an old fucking drug, yo. Like that's an old drug.
But that's what he was putting in.
Putting in like lots of different women's drinks. Some famous people like Janice Dickinson and people like that came forward. So yeah, and he was in jail for quite a couple of years now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, like, he admitted to these things as well. So like,
he said, but he just said it's time ago. So it should be like, it should just be like looked over. It's like, what? It's crazy. Anyway, but he's been released now. They've actually the Supreme Court overturned the ruling. In America, and he's been released. And then unfortunately Felicia Rashad came out, and obviously she played his wife on Cosby Show, and she came out and she was like, justice has been like done or whatever, basically in support of him, and saying that, you know, asserting that this is like rubbish kind of thing. And it's just like, I think for me, as someone like her, and just so you know, she was just made dean of the new Chadwick Boseman Institute at the Howard University. And it's just like, come on, bro, like, you've literally just been put in this amazing position to honour one of our greatest performers of all time, I would say, quite comfortably. You know, in his late memory, you know, it's been a big deal to make a black woman a dean. And then you just had to fuck it up, didn't you? So now,
I think it just like it's just a slap in the face for all of those survivors, because
and that's the thing. I'm sorry,
came forward.
Exactly.
And like now you're saying
loads of women came forward. And the thing is, for me, if I were her in her position, I would just not said anything. Honestly, I just would have not said anything. I wouldn't have said anything to support.
It's very easy.
Right, I wouldn't have said anything to support. I wouldn't have said anything to condemn. I just would have not said anything. Lots of people haven't said anything. Like lots of, like it's crazy. So yeah, it's unfortunate, because, you know,
this is another thing though, because I know like a lot of people within the community, and by the community I'm talking about black people, were like, but like they always do this to black men, and it's like, no, like this is not a race issue at this stage. This man has sexually assaulted numerous amounts of women, and it has been proven. He's admitted it. So many women have come forward, and even if it was 2 women, like I would still believe him. But I mean, a large number of women have come forward, and like it happened. Nothing to do with him being black or whatever. Like, let's please stop having that that rhetoric, because it's not the case in this situation. So I really wish that we were still that.
I mean, I'm going to come back on that. I'm going to come back on that and say that.
Where black
but I would
men
say
are
majority
blamed.
situations are like that though. So it makes it really hard, because especially right now where we're in such a turbulent time in the world, and especially in America with race and with the mistreatment of black people, it's just really hard. It's really hard. There's absolutely
a lot of times where like black men are accused of like raping or sexually assaulting white women, and like sometimes it has been a lie. That is definitely true, but in this case, I'm talking about this particular case.
I completely agree. I completely agree, but I think both conversations still need to be like as important.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? So I agree. In this situation, it's not a race thing. He admitted, as you say.
Yeah,
so that's that. However, at the same time, like we do need to keep the conversation going about how black people, or black men, I should say, are disproportionately, affected when it comes to, things like this, for sure. But yeah, it's really unfortunate, and Felicia Rashad, please, like, I don't want to be rude, because at this point you're like grandma status, you know what I mean? But it's just like, it's not okay. What he did was not okay, and bro, hopefully the victims can find. I don't really know what to say about that, to be honest with you. I'm fuming on
their behalf, so I don't even know. I can't even imagine like how they would feel. I'm just wishing them the best and strength right now, because flipping out.
Yeah, honestly. And then do you want to go?
But yes, I mean, in other like sadder news, I guess, as well. I'm sure if you've been under a rock, like maybe you missed it, but like the whole Free Britney movement, like it was nice, it was good and it was bad, because like we all know about this. I still can't say this fucking word. Conservatorship. Is it conservatorship that Britney Spears has been under for the past 12, 13 years, and where her father basically just controls everything, her finances, her reproductive system, which we found out, which is fucking insane. Where having her passport, where she can travel, whatever, rest her whole life basically. And it was great because fans felt vindicated, because like it was a conspiracy theory essentially. Free Britney. No one knew like what exactly was going on, but people had their theories, and Britney just came and was finally able to say her piece and like basically confirmed and then some what has been going on with her. Like she hasn't had any control of her life for the past 12 to 13 years. And this woman's almost 40 years old. She
can't marry her guy,
she can't get married.
That. She can't have no child.
They put an IUD,
and do you know how painful those are?
Have kids. Yeah.
Recently, one of the news reporters in the UK, I forget her name, but I think she's Asian. I want to say quite a famous news reporter. She's come out and spoken about how painful IUDs are or can be, like really painful. And
they won't let her take it out because she really wants to have kids, and they're like, nope. She doesn't have any control of her
she's been with the sound guy for like 5 years now.
For a minute, yeah, she's been with him for a long time. And like obviously she just wants to, I'm sure she wants to go off and get married and have kids and all that stuff. She can't do that. She's saying that she's paying for like all these people that she doesn't want in her life. Like there's people who come in and like her doctors and whatever, and she's paying everyone's salary, but like she's like, these people are working for me and they're treating me like shit. I am paying their salaries. And like she was just fuming, and I just felt so bad for her, and it was just so sad. And then like a couple of days ago now, the judge was like, yeah, we're not gonna accept your petition, and just dismissed it basically. It's still not the end of the journey, so it's not the end of, definitely prayers up for her. She can appeal that and lots of different things. It's really sad, man, that this is happening in like a bloody like first world country. Like it's crazy. Let alone like other countries that are sort of less economically developed, and that this stuff happens all the time. But like, yeah, it's crazy. And Free Britney though. Free Britney for
always, bro, always. But yeah, so on some more lighter note. So yeah, BET Awards. Can we just do a round
It was so
applause?
Good. It was.
Don't know how that's gonna sound on the microphone, but I'm clapped anyway.
I could hear it.
Listen. Oh my gosh.
That was probably one of the best ones I've seen.
It was a celebration of black fucking excellence. Let me tell you, like
on all levels as well.
Crazy.
On all levels.
Like just absolutely.
Very good.
So. Yeah, for those who don't know, BT Black Entertainment Television is one of the big, like, sort of one of the networks actually internationally. It's got the UK as well. It's owned by Viacom, which is the same company that owns like MTV, VH1, Comedy Central, blah blah blah. And each year they have their awards. They've actually got 2 awards each year. They have the BT Awards, they've got the BT Hip Hop Awards as well, and they actually do the Soul Train Awards as well. So actually technically 3. Yeah, I know, right? And and it just happened at the end of June. and it was just honestly a celebration of Black excellence. So Taraji B. Henson was hosting, and she wanted to, this was the theme was the Year of the Woman, so she basically had lots of different outfits that were different homages to, you know, really poignant women in history, like Tina Turner, and she had Beyonce, I think, at one point. So quite a lot of different you know, outfits, which is amazing. And they had some really sick performances. Like, can I just say my favourite probably has to be Jasmine and Ari Lennox. Fucking hell, man. Those vocals. I mean,
they always fucking smash it up. My favourite was like Tyler, the Creator. For me, like his mind is just out of this fucking world. That's how did you think to get a stage set?
I'm underwhelmed, but yeah.
No, I thought it was ridiculous to have a stage set where like what guys watch it, because I just blew my mind. He brought this concept to life because his music video is the same. So he performed
Lumberjack.
What songs? He performed Lumberjack, yeah.
But I think the music visual is better than the song though.
Oh, I love the song. It's just one of his like thrashery jumper songs, but like, yeah,
I don't think it's even that. I just think it's so regular. I just think for me, I've just heard better songs by Tyler, the Creator. Like,
oh yeah, he has got better songs.
Like I just thought it was just kind of like samey for me personally, but it wasn't bad. I just don't think it was good. But I thought the visual and like the concept, the treatment, everything was sick. Like was cool. It was definitely cool. Good. But yeah, for me, like Ari and Jasmine.
I mean, as per usual, right? Yeah.
Ari so and fucking Jasmine. Did you hear those harmonies at the end? Did you actually, like, I had to watch it like twice. My eyes were actually watering as well. No, honestly, it's amazing. And then also, I really liked the DMX tribute. I thought that was amazing.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good.
Really thought it was amazing. And there was quite a few other ones though. Like Khaled's was actually very regular, to be honest with you. I thought the babies was really good actually. The way he like came, like it was like a theatre production. It was a theatre production. He came down like flying. It was like a whole like theatre production. Like he does that a lot with his music videos. I really like the way he thinks about it. It's really different for hip hop videos. But yeah, I wanted to get to Lil Nas X. Oh, of course,
I liked Megan's.
City Girls
was, and she had the whole choreography. I was like, yes.
City Girls was not that good, bro.
City Girls was not good. City Girls, I'm sorry.
They were just out of time. Like,
I felt annoyed when I was watching it.
Yeah, because Twerkulate is a vibe. Like
it was not good.
Like it's just a jumpy kind of, you know, and I just feel like they were struggling a bit. I think, personally,
they shouldn't have done the full routine. They're not. Yeah.
I just think that it didn't go well. Right. Yeah, shout out to Meg though. She won like 3 times, which is amazing. Shout out to Zendaya. She looked amazing.
Oh yeah, amazing. She was wearing the like Crazy in Love.
The Crazy in Love outfit. Beyonce was.
It was very beautiful. And we have to talk about Lil Nas X.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, so Lil Nas X.
I thought it was so good, and I think the thing is,
wait, you thought it was good? You say?
Yes. I thought it was really good, and the reason why I thought it was good is because like you don't usually see like Black LGBTQIA+ representation on the stage at all, especially in like Black entertainment. You just don't see it. So I thought in terms of like representation, it was really good. And like people can be like outraged or whatever and say, oh my gosh, he was kissing, because he kissed the guy at the end, like, oh my god, he was kissing a guy, but at the same time, like, it's been done before. Like MTV, Britney Spears kissing Madonna and Christina Aguilera, like, it's happened, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so
because men like love to look at women kissing, it's not as outrageous as it is for 2 men to be kissing. So I thought it was great for representation, especially as I said, in a Black space. Like, I thought it was great. So he also did a little tribute to Michael Jackson with Remember the Time. That was sick. Yeah, I loved it.
I think that I look at the performance in two different lights, which is why I have my thoughts about Tyler, the Creator, performance, which is that I thought the concept was great. I just didn't think that it was good sonically.
The song, Call Me By Your Name.
I think for me with Lil Nas X, I think the performance was alright. I think, to your point, I think what he did in terms of being outwardly himself and, you know, embracing his, you know, his true self, his LGBTQ plus self, was amazing. And that, I think, is where I applaud him for. Love it, absolutely love it. Hope more people do it. I just think the song is so bad. I literally can't hear it.
He has got better songs, yeah.
I cannot hear that song. Like, I just think it's actually so bad. And I remember because when remember there was big outrage when the video came out because he's like, you know, doing lots of things, and like for me, Like, I didn't understand where the outrage is coming from. I just thought like this song just sounds bad. Like I don't understand. Like I really wasn't
like focusing on
I wasn't even bothered on the video. I thought the video was cool. Like it was, you know, sort of in a different world. Like love it. But like I just thought this song is terrible. Like it's so bad.
See, for me, when I watch award shows, I feel like the performance always wins me over with the song, because I don't love that song by him either. But like for the performance, it made me like it more.
Don't come on, you're just trying to be PC.
It's here, like it's not his best. He's got better ones.
I don't know why you're doing it, because you're actually okay. You're actually okay to say you don't like things. I think you need to step away, because I feel like you're doing. I feel like the song's. It's not that great. It's not my favorite song, but I think it's alright. It's catchy. It's whatever. I would say if it was shit, I would literally say like I don't like it. But it's not his best song. That song is terrible, bro. Oh my god. Like, and I'm a fan of like.
Definitely worse.
Horses on my back. Like, and that's actually because of you, because you and Matt used to bang it. I think you were like, yeah, no.
That was my shit.
Also, it's on my bike. Like, generally, like I'm nah. But as I said, I think so interesting. I want to talk about because Jason Lee, don't know who he is. He's Hollywood Unlocked. He was also on London Hip Hop Hollywood.
Jason.
And Jason Lee, and he was talking about this the other day on one of his shows. And he's got on this platform called Bigo, which is kind of like a Clubhouse type thing, but with video as well. And it's and there was a guy on there, quite a popular sort of LGBTQ I guess gentleman, I would say. I think he identifies as a man. I forget his name though, but basically he was just like, look, he was just outraged by the performance as a gay man. So he was like, you know, basically it's not every time you got to do OTT. And I'm talking about what he said, by the way. This is just what he said, not what I think, what he said. He was like, it's not every time you got to do OTT. Like, you know, it's not every time that like we have to be like overly like it was just doing too much. That's how he felt. And Jason Lee was kind of like, look, obviously people are entitled to their opinions, fine. At the same time, he was like, I think you're going to lose people's like support by saying that, because at the end of the day, you know, if you're lucky to be able to get that kind of performance, to your point of view, on a BET, like you're lucky to say when you have the opportunity to do that, you should do the most. If that's, or whatever you consider to be the most, you know.
Just like when Beyonce did fucking Super Bowl, and she was like, I'm gonna make it blackity black black black. Obviously after like the whole BLM at the time, and then she did that whole like Black Panthers performance. She was like, yeah, if you got an opportunity to show something about yourself, your blackness, your sexuality, whatever, then absolutely take that moment. I agree.
Yeah, so yeah, I just wanted to highlight that because it's interesting that there was actually blowback from someone who's in the community. And I mean, we know that, you know, at the end of the day, just because you're in the community doesn't mean you're for the community, right? So, and I'm not saying that's the case for this guy. I'm just saying that in general, we know this as black people that are not, that don't have that interest. There's you know, LGBTQ plus people who don't have LGBTQ plus interest either. So it's like, you know, but yeah, interesting thought. But as I said, shouts out to him. And actually on that note, I want to say big shouts out to the Queen Latifah. Overdue, like that award was overdue. How much she shouted out her partner as well.
All of those MCs that came up were fucking sick as well.
Oh no, that so I actually think that's probably one of my favorites as well. Actually.
Same.
Like,
that was
amazing.
Really
like amazing. Lil Kim killed it. With Prada and her fringe, that was interesting.
Yes, a little clip of it.
And that performance was sick. And Queen Latifah is just she's so beautiful. Like Queen Latifah is so beautiful. I don't care what anyone says.
She seems like if you were having a bad day, she would just give you the best advice.
She's angelic.
She's
actually angelic.
Thank you, auntie. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like she's, and you know, she obviously shouted out Pride because we know that she is lesbian, I guess we can say.
Yeah, she's married, isn't it, or something?
I don't know if she's married, but she's had like a long-term partner.
Yeah.
So she may be. I'm not sure. I don't think she's married though. And she had her dad next to her as well, which was beautiful to see. And shouts out to that. But yeah, Lil Nas X always trying to, you know, the only thing I'll say though, Lil Nas X did something that I didn't like, which is when he added the blood in the shoes. That was mad.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I'm sorry, like, come on, bro.
Wasn't he always going to get sued by Nike because of that?
He did. They had to recall them.
He did.
That's just like, that's crazy. And also, I think for me, anyone who really perpetuates like demonic stuff, for me, it's just not what that's not what I vibe with. Do you know what I mean? But yeah. But other than that, I do think shout out to him though for being unapologetically him, and in any place as well. Like that takes guts. You had a lot of hip hop rap stars in the room, and we know that hip hop is
people are loving it though. They were like, yes, they were standing up.
Absolutely, but I'm saying we know that hip hop typically has not always been receptive. So it's nice to see that he's able to change let's change it. Let's change the program.
Absolutely.
Let's change the face of hip hop. Let's make it everything inclusive. It's amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
Amazing.
And we got to talk about Cardi because
Cardi.
Because Cardi came out with
killed
Migos.
it, bro. How does she squatting that low?
How does she get down and then get back up? I was like, wait, this woman is. So if you guys haven't seen, well, I mean, I'm sure you've seen by now, but she just came out, belly out. She's like, yes, I'm fully pregnant. I'm heavily pregnant. Yes, everyone will look. And like the outfit was amazing. Like she was in some like crystallized outfit, like a mesh covering over her belly, and then she was out here like getting down on the floor, dancing, getting back up. I was like, wet in heels. I was like, wait, what? Yeah, it was mad.
She must be quite far along though. She looks like she's far along.
Yeah, she looks like she's about like a good like 6-7 months.
Yeah,
like, fully,
I would say that.
Yeah.
Definitely. Nah, we're gonna see a baby number 2 out soon.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, honestly, I think my eyes watered. When did my eyes watered at some point during this video? I think it watered a few times. I think, as I said, I've said it so many times. I said this podcast. When I see black exits like that, it makes my heart like just absolutely just shudder like with happiness. Like honestly. And something I really like as well. The Migos have been on a press tour right now because they had a new album just came out, and one thing that they've been saying a lot, so shouts out to them for that, is that they're like people are like, how do you feel like you've been snubbed at the Grammys? Because let's be honest, regardless of whether you're a fan of Migos or not, they are the biggest rap group of like the last 10 years, hands down of the last 10 years, the biggest rap group.
They've
for
like
sure.
Pretty much changed the sound of it in a way though, because when they came out, everyone was making songs
mumble
like Migos. So yeah, and
exactly.
Like,
so
Jace and
exactly all the sound effects. Exactly, they've changed the face of rap, and they are icons. And they've been nominated for a couple, but never won. They've been snubbed every time. And they were like, literally, so on this like press tour, everyone's been asking, how do you feel about the fact that you've not won a Grammy yet, whatever. And they were like, look, listen. We're excited for the BET Awards. That's what we want to do. We love the BET Awards. Like, listen, we want to celebrate people who celebrate us. They're like, and if you notice, their performances are always big. Like, they always do big performances at the BET Awards. Like, big, lots of different lights.
People really go in for it. Like now,
they really do.
I reckon. I remember like before, people didn't really used to like do too much for like BET Awards. It was always for like the Grammys. But now that we keep
I don't know about that, because there's been some iconic performances. Like
that's true. I mean, when Beyonce did her one for
Beyonce, also. Sierra's done quite a few iconic ones. So that when they did the tribute to Janet Jackson, they also did.
True.
They did the Mary J. Blige one. That was iconic. The tribute to her
when
she did. And then also her.
What was
the
one when Little
Chris
Kim
Brown
like popped up from the ground?
Yeah, that was Diddy when they did the Bad Boy thing. Like they done.
Actually, no, I take it back. I'm incorrect.
BET spend the peas, bro.
They have got it.
The BET spend the peas, man. They spend the peas. But yeah, no, I love that. I think we need to start putting it up in high esteem. I think at the end of the day, if the Grammys are not going to acknowledge who drives music, which is black music, drives music, let's be very clear, then you need to go and start hollering people that do. And so I love that. I love that Migos said that, and they stood behind that. I think it's so important. So important to lift up our brothers and sisters and our peers. Cool. I mean, I've got one last thing to say, really. I've got a question for you. Is it coming home?
Fuck's sake. I think it's coming home. I think it's coming. My
think
friend
it's
keeps fucking messaging me this every day. He's like, Fia, it's coming home. I'm like, fuck's sake. So
is it coming home? Or is
it might be. It might be coming. It might be.
I'm not gonna lie, I've got a good chance.
The streets are gonna be a madness.
Tomorrow? Oh,
when is it?
I should have pointed out when we were recording this, but yeah, when the next match is, the streets are gonna be mad. Let's put it that way.
It's gonna be very wild.
Yeah, no, honestly.
Because when was the last? Yeah, the last one when it was mad enough. I could hear. Because I was inside in the house and I could just hear the cheering all down the road, and I was like, what?
No, listen, I like Flew. I like Flew when Raheem Sterling.
Wait, did you watch it? See, I didn't watch it.
Oh yeah, I mean, come on, Fia. Like, there's just certain things you gotta do. Like, I don't usually like football. I prefer basketball, and obviously basketball playoffs are on right now as well, so it's been really good. But for when England's playing or GB, so in the case of like the Olympics or something, I always watch like.
Yeah, in the Olympics I like it. I usually watch like the World Cup, but the Euros I don't really watch too much. But I'll probably watch it now that it's getting closer to the end. So, but yeah, I'm just not. Yeah, no, but so this is my thoughts on this. It's positive, but there's a bit of a negative thing I've got to talk about.
So yeah, obviously shouts out to England, because listen, England is, to be an England fan is honestly just like, it's heartbreaking, it's heart-wrenching. It's almost as bad as being like an Arsenal fan. If you're an Arsenal fan, you know that it's just like you go through a lot of emotional turmoil, because it's just like Arsenal just know how to disappoint, and same as England really. Like, this is the furthest we've got in the tournament in like, I think ever, or like years. So like everyone's like super gassed, and because the next stop is so we would have seen the result of this by now, by the time you guys hear, but the next game is against Ukraine. We've probably got a really good chance of winning that, so we probably might get to semi-finals maybe. So you know, like, you know, and it's good. I'm really happy, because you know, as I said, as a country, this is like the one thing where we all come together. The mad thing about it is that some football fans are like the most racist people you ever come across, but when it comes to this, they're cheering on. And the reason I want to talk about this is because Raheem Sterling is the reason why we're here right now. Raheem Sterling is the only reason we're here right now. He has literally scored 75% of the goals so far in this whole tournament that's gotten us to this point. He also scored the first goal the other day, which got us to win the match. Who was it? Was it Switzerland? It was Switzerland. No, it was Germany, my bad. He scored the first goal against Germany. And then obviously Harry Kane scored the second goal. Harry Kane's been playing like shite. And it's just like, when the next day though, front on newspapers.
Yeah, was he not all... It was
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane. I was like, you lot are taking the piss.
Like, you're literally...
The media hate this man so much.
You're riding on Raheem's coattails right now. Right, he has scored like 3 or 4 goals in the tournament already, which is the only reason why we're here right now, because he's literally scored in every match. And there's one match that we drew, but the matches where we scored goals, Raheem Sterling scored. And yet on the front of the newspaper was Harry Kane. I was taken aback. I was like, and you know what? And we know that football is particularly racist, especially in the UK. But you know, I just thought to myself like, wow, like, you man can't even like. Yeah,
not even for one day can you.
You can't even mask it though. You can't even mask it.
Yeah.
You know,
everything's Raheem Sterling's fault though. I remember when there was it was like a whole like year of it.
Yeah, because people thought about because of Man City, because of his performance at Man City. Yeah. And it's like, everyone doubted him coming to this tournament. You know, they weren't sure if he was going to be in the first squad either. And look at him, he's come and he just performed, fam. Unapologetically Jamaican. When you hear him talk, you hear the twang, because he was born there and grew up there a bit. And I'm just really... UK don't learn though. That's really all I can say about that. The UK just don't learn, man. After everything that's happened with Harry and Meghan, you man don't learn.
Oh yeah, they don't give a fuck.
You don't learn. You just don't learn. So
I think that's a good message to end with. The UK don't learn. When will you learn? I hope that they do learn. When? Yeah, when?
Innit? When will you learn, bruv? When we learn, because over time, like in football in general, like some of like our biggest football stars. I'm talking about UK clubs as well, not just like the UK team, the England team, sorry. I'm talking about like, you know, big clubs like Chelsea, you know, Arsenal, Hotspurs, Manchester United, they've been black and they've carried them, you know, Didier Drogba famously, and people like Daniel Sturridge and like really big,
Marcus
like Ashley Cole,
like
Marcus Rashford, do you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, and yeah, you know, my niggas just don't learn. Anyway, bro.
With that said,
we are
out, guys. Hopefully we'll be back sooner than you think.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yes. And plug your shit, fam. Come on.
Oh yeah. So if you guys want, you can come to my gig. When is it? It's August the 6th at, where is it? The Rocksteady in Dawson. I'm not good at advertising. The Rocksteady in Dawson. So if you want to come, it's like £9 for your ticket. The link is in my bio. Yeah, it'll be good to see you there.
All right.
That's all I gotta say.
ALP out.
Bye.